And then I remember I went back there, woke up, and it was done. And the doctor was like, yeah, it'll be like 6 months till you can walk. What up, y'all? This is the It's Complicated mini-series where we dig deep into my latest album, It's Complicated. I'm very, very excited about this album. A lot of things went into it. Heartbreak, injury, navigating the industry, and you guys are gonna get some sneak peeks behind the scenes. So stay tuned. Thank you for the love and support. God bless. Bornart. Peace.
You know, pain has a way of focusing you on a pinpoint. It makes your aim, it makes your perspective clearer, because we can't ignore pain. You know, love you can kind of take for granted. Happiness you can kind of forget about, you kind of not be grateful. But when you have pain, your mind centers in on it. Because I know that when he tapped into his pain, it's kind of it broadens his whole musical talent, and it's amalgamation where everything just kind of centers.
Before the injury, I also went through, separation. So my heart was already hurting. And then I tore my Achilles, man, which is one of the hardest injuries, to come back from. The last thing I expected. And I knew from his eyes when it happened, because we were playing basketball together, that it was serious.
I was like, damn, it's a fucking Achilles. You know what I mean? But in my positive mind, I wanted to believe like maybe it was just like an ankle tweak, or maybe he stubbed his toe or something. Like, I'm trying to think of the least worst thing, right? But the way he was in agony, I just knew it was the combination of how he fell. And he's a pretty tough guy. So the fact that he was really grimacing and was in pain, he was calling out for me. He was like, Ian, what's going on, man? What's happening? I was just like, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay.
Ian's the peace in our family. First of all, let me make that very clear, because Trevor and I are the same person. So we're like, he's our peace. He's the peacemaker. So I'm glad I was there, because I would have been freaking out, right? But then I'm like, y'all got to get here. He can't have surgery in Little Marion, Indiana.
He still had to shoot Grownish. We still had to do this rollout, but luckily we shot a few videos beforehand. It bought us some time. Like I said, we just pretty much had to fake it until we made it, you know what I mean? And made it look like he was all right.
We had a wheelchair, we had a knee scooter, and we also had a pirate leg, like a peg leg, where he could put his knee on it and he could stand with balance, because otherwise, he's wobbling because he has like the boot up and he can't put any weight on his foot while he's shooting.
The music, and why music is so important to me, is because it is my motivator. Like, if I didn't have music, I would have stayed in depression through this leg stuff and all this. But it's like, yo, this stuff makes me so happy. Makes me so happy to make, so happy for people to hear, and so happy to have an outlet to express myself.
We didn't have to come back in 2024 and figure out a whole new strategy. We just kept the same strategy that we already pre-planned, and just kind of like repackaged it with the idea that, okay, he's not gonna be able to walk places. So then it leads us to the project called Heads Up. Heads Up had 4 songs on it. Heads Up, All the Way, Forget About Me, and Yo Body featuring Paris Ladam, she's a super talented, dope ass rapper. We got those 4 songs. And the reason why we broke them up in 4s, we're trying to adapt to this new way that people are ingesting music. So we were like, let's give them a 4-pack, give them a 5-pack, and then we'll give them the deluxe, but it includes the first 9 songs that came out previously. So we got Heads Up, that project, and then the video was crazy.
Hey, no, we gotta be discreet, but I ain't seen you in a week. I've been missing your physique. She my sneaky link on the low. She know how to turn me on. You're right, but I know it's wrong. I can't help it, girl, I need you right now.
This is another thing we like to do in our videos. We like to do something just out of the box. Sometimes you're not always working with a $50,000 budget, so how do you make the video interesting? Get on top of a fucking roof.
And I was saying earlier, we're just authentic. The record was made in the studio. I was with Eric Bellinger, we were chilling, whatever. And I was just trying to invite some people to come hang out, like, hey, we just want some vibes for the studio. She's like, I would, but I'm at my man's house right now, and hung up. And I was like, we gotta make a song.
Yeah.
And we did, and that's like
the link was right there.
That you're addicted to me, can't keep distant from me. He don't know.
So So this was a treatment for this video. I wrote the treatment for this. So pretty much we wanted to have the approach to be like a dance hall. You know what I'm saying? We wanted a dance hall speakeasy vibe. Then we got the narrative flow. And I wrote all this. This is just what it takes. You know, I just really kind of want to show people the meat and potatoes behind this, how the sausage is made. You got the key elements, you know what I'm saying? We got to set the scene, make sure that you find your set, you know what I mean? What it's going to be. We wanted that speakeasy, the walkthrough. We wanted the walkthrough to be epic. Like let people know that who walked in the building, you know what I'm saying? Like they notice, they see it. We got the little subtleties of like, look, hand holding behind, just really close up shots.
He Don't Know was awesome, man. Again, that goes back to the leg thing. I was sad that I couldn't dance, but I like the way that it looked. It's cool.
Yeah.
Laid back, and she's stunning. Everybody in the video is stunning, dancing their butts off. And it literally was a party. We just rolled while everybody was having a good time.
And again, shout out to Zev. These are beautiful shots too. In the very beginning, it was like, hey, I don't know. He kind of looks like he's limping there. He's trying not to limp right there, but look, there's a little limp, but hey, we making it work, you know what I'm saying? So that was this second project, He Don't Know. And that came with Happy Home, which is super dope. A great song with Eric Bellinger.
Jog Your Memory featuring Haben. She's been
Jog Your Memory, yeah.
She's been on two of my projects. She's one of the most amazing female artists I think ever. So I always want to show her and shine light on her because she's so talented.
Vocally going crazy.
So we have the first EP, Heads Up, second EP, You Don't Know, and then the album. We'll talk about that next episode.
But that ain't what she told me. You say you got her on a leash. But that ain't what she told me. She wanna go on shopping sprees. She wanna hit the Maldives. Who am I to deprive her of the things she needs?